Welcome to the Bardic Cauldron, wizards young and old, where daring adventures and terrible jokes are told. Grab you a mug of your favorite brew, grab you a seat, and enjoy the view. Welcome back, everybody, to our 6th episode of Heroes of Theros. It has been a while since we have gotten to play for you guys. We're going to be down 2 players tonight, but these 3 have decided to go ahead and continue on. And of course, we'll fill in our other players on what happened next time they're with us. The holidays can always be kind of crazy. I know you guys haven't heard from us in a while. Everything will be back up and running as normal. I've got this going, and I've got Crystal Straw coming back this Sunday as well. So be excited to have that back up and running. And we'll get on a regular uploading schedule once all the holiday craziness is over and done with. I can't think of anything else to really talk about. So no more wasting time, and we'll jump into a recap of what happened last time on Heroes of Theros. Last time on Heroes of Theros, after fighting the Cataclysm, successfully making their presence known, our heroes made their way into Akros. There, they met Diomocles, the captain of the Acroan militia that is in charge of protecting Akros from this path, at least on this side of Akros. Our heroes made their way to the Last Drop Tavern, where a commotion could be heard from the kitchen. There, the party met Ramzaeus, an energetic humanoid whose red gem seemed to no longer be working. He explained to the party that the gem itself contained dragonfire and was used to heat all his food. He tasked the party to take it to Thraxus, a red dragon who lives in the original forge that Theros lived on the material plane. They go to the Dancing Goat Theater, where a retelling of Xenagos' story is being told by their dear friend Daphne. There they get to relearn some history of Xenagos, the fallen satyr god. There they meet her and Pollux, a recluse and talented satyr. Thea was able to catch a glimpse of his eyes turning black for just a moment before he leaves. Fezzik has a reunion with his old trainer, Embryon the Badger, to discuss what might be happening with Aroas, the strange things that have been going on with the statues of Aroas. Arthos, later that night, gets a dream from Clothis where she informs him that she believes that the shards from the arrowhead that struck Xenagos fell from Nyx onto the plain, and perhaps hold some of his essence. The next morning, the party meets with Queen Taranika, informs her of what happened in Melitus, for her to be on guard. Soon after, our party had a conversation with Antioxylus, the Archmage and Headmaster of the Decatia in Melitus, where they learned of someone behind a red curtain that might have more information for them. There they head back to the Last Drop Tavern, where they meet Nyxus the Nyxborn. Here, Nyxus informs the party that he sold the contents of the desk off and the gem to the Cult of Horns. Before anything else could happen, Arthos was able to catch a glimpse of a dagger in his hand with a symbol of a phoenix rising from the ashes with a golden mask, a symbol that the party has become all too familiar with. And that's where we kind of pick up for tonight's session. So Arthos, you kind of literally just see that as he kind of twirls it around and kind of like puts it back in his like little holster that's across his waist.
I would mentally use my telepathy to tell Thea what I saw. Just to give a warning.
Do
About the Phoenix Dagger. Yeah, you can answer back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, not again.
I think we should take our leave. Get the hell out of here before things get dicey.
I'll mentally say to Arthos, go ahead. I have one more question I'd rather ask alone.
Fine by me.
Oh, is there any other business to be had for anyone?
Wait for Cantor and Arthos to walk out.
Arthos heads out.
All right. Yes, my dear. What can I help you with?
I couldn't help but notice you seem to have a corpse under your little table.
Oh, yes, I do.
And were they sent off in the proper form?
Oh, of course. Don't think me as a terrible host. You see, he kind of pulls the body from underneath the table. You see 2 bronze coins.
Well, that's something at any rate. Thank you.
Of course.
I'll take my leave.
Enjoy yourself. Oh, by the way, did those 2 happen to get money from you?
2 that I was with?
No, the 2 minotaurs. When you came in, did they ask you for money?
I have no memory of that.
You would remember they charged each of you, I believe it was 5 gold pieces each for you to get behind the curtain.
Yeah, I think you guys paid like 5 or 10 gold each. I wasn't physically there, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yes.
All right, I'll be sure to deal with them. But anyway, ta-ta. Have a great rest of your day.
And you as well.
And you see, as soon as you like close the curtain, you can hear the sound of like maybe like some like maybe a body part getting chopped up.
Oh, fun.
Oh, that sounds unpleasant.
I hope that doesn't end up in the soup.
Like they're gonna serve any soup. Not until we get the gem fixed.
There are cold soups, you know.
No, I don't like cold soup.
Well, anyway.
That would be a very spicy gumbo.
Oh, well, all right.
Oh no! I was assuming I hadn't out of the last drop.
As I say, it's still morning, is it?
It have hair in it.
It's kind of now at this point it's like 9-10 o'clock. Still pretty early. There's
Okay, and we were meeting Daphne at like 2-ish.
yes.
We're doing so many things today. So little time.
I feel amazed that I'm remembering half of this.
Yeah, I think Sophia and I were going to my temple or something like that.
Yes, that's where
That
you
was-
two.
Yeah, that's the whole stupid thing. Once you guys all get done, I'm just trying to remember everything. I just wanted to confirm if that's where we were going. Or...
Yeah, I think basically these 3 went Fezzik, Arthos, and Thea went here to the last drop to kind of like to do all that stuff. Then you and Saphira went ahead and went back to your temple to basically do some work around there. It's at least from what my understanding is.
Yeah. Oh, and also, wasn't Leo coming with me too? Or...
Yes, he was. Because
Okay.
he does not feel comfortable going behind a red curtain that he has no idea what's behind there. So,
Yeah. Good. So we got the young strapping man to actually do a lot of the heavy lifting
oh yeah.
at the temple. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and afterwards, we're all meeting up with the satyr lady,
Daphne.
Daphne.
Yep, you're all coming back here to meet up. So, is there anything that either you, Arthos, or you, Thea, want to do?
I would attempt to read this guy's mind, but I do not want to be getting in any trouble than we already are in.
And Physic would tell you that, well, don't forget, he said that his mind is like a steel trap.
Right, exactly why I don't want to attempt anything.
Yeah, probably best to stay out of there.
But he definitely, like, out of our earshot, I'm like, he definitely murdered our friend, our ghost friend, right? I'm not the only one who thinks that now.
No, I absolutely agree, but he at least gave the poor soul 2 coins, so I can't really complain. No
But
one
yeah,
I
the
know.
Phoenix dagger. That's the guy. That's our suspect. That's the guy who did the killings. But we should probably figure out who hired him. Because those type of guys, they don't just do killings out of nowhere.
They don't kill out of the kindness of their own heart.
No, I don't think so.
Kill on good faith.
Kill on good faith. Righteous assassins.
There we go.
I just
No, this guy definitely.
That's funny as
This
fuck.
guy.
Now, freaking think about just this whole group of this what do you call it? This guild of righteous assassins. Oh god, just
Oh,
Paladin-
I'm already.
Paladin
My
rogues.
head is the wheels in my head are already turning.
you know,
Do you guys ever watch the movie Johnny Mnemonic?
I think I've watched it once or twice. I can't quote it.
There's a character in there called the Street Preacher,
Uh-huh.
who's basically he's an assassin, but he plays off as like this, like holy man walking down the street quoting total blasphemy.
Oh.
It's like totally quoting verses out of the Bible as he carries like this dagger inside of it and kills people. I'm just like, there you go. That's the righteous assassin right there.
Well, if there's nothing for Arthos or for Thea, I guess we could just go ahead and jump back to everybody being back at the last drop. You guys come to this little section that you guys have already kind of made your like typical place for the most part. As you all kind of gather around, you see Daphne works her comes in. Oh, guys! Oh, sorry about that. I know I'm running a little later than I wanted to, but you're all good. Do y'all want or need anything? I'll pay.
Oh, I would imagine we already have drinks. That's
Yeah, we've already probably ordered drinks at this point, waiting.
Oh, okay. All right.
welcome to join in and all.
Oh, great, awesome. And you see, she goes ahead and sits down, and she orders whatever she orders. She kind of looks around. So, what have you guys been up to? What brings you back to What brings you to Acros? I don't think that y'all would just come up here just to see me, even though if you did, that's great.
Oh, you know, this full of adventure, daring deeds, near death, the usual.
Yeah, important adventuring things.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm still glad to see that you all made it up here all right.
I'm so glad you made it into the Dancing Goat. That's amazing.
Thank you. I was actually really surprised. To be quite honest, the audition was rough. They're very, very what's the word I want to use?
Pretentious?
Yes, and they are very choosy about who they allow, but apparently Pollux put in a good word for me, so
He now.
yes. Apparently he said that he knew I was perfect for the place.
And, had you met Pollux before that?
No, that was my first time. So generally what happens, is, when you audition for something like this, at least this one was done this way, you are, sitting in front of, the person that usually runs all the place, the person that owns the property, to the place, and one of the more seasoned actors or actresses. Pollux happened to be the seasoned actor that was on this little go around this time. It changes between audition to audition, at least from what my understanding was. They were a little bit divided, since they had already had a satyr on the cast, but Pollux talked them into allowing me in as well.
Oh, that sounds thrilling and terrifying at the same time. Have you ever noticed anything about Pollux's eyes? Do they change ever? Like change color?
No, not that I've seen. I mean, he does, sometimes have like one eye that kind of like, what's the word? I think it's called a lazy eye. Like sometimes it'll kind of like hang there for a moment, but besides that, no.
Any unusual activity after the shows?
I wouldn't know. He spends most of his time to himself. Generally, after a show, he said he likes to be by himself. He said he likes to always stay in character as much as he can.
Right. Typical actor type normal things, but usually the actors that I know tend to go to the after parties.
And especially, you would think, being a satyr, he would want to have a little fun, but no, he may like stop in and like grab a drink, or grab like whatever's hot, and then leave. We've invited him to stay plenty of times, and he doesn't even reply. He just kind of just like ignores us and walks out. I always just thought maybe he was just really dedicated to what he was doing, and maybe he just doesn't have time for all this.
Well, it sounds like he has extracurricular activities that he's doing outside of the theater.
Well, it's possible. You know what? I know what it is.
What?
He's writing himself his own play.
That's probably not the case.
Oh, well. Maybe.
Is that a theory, or is that something that someone has told you?
Oh, it's just a theory.
Ah.
I can give one guess.
I'm going to drop my, just chatting attitude and go, Daphne.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should be careful around Pollux. Are there any other patrons around us?
You see, like,
assuming,
so if you like picture this, so the way that these walls are set up, it's kind of like a private booth. Like this is a pretty like high wall. It's like maybe like 7 foot high right here. 7 foot high here. Excuse me. The only patrons you can see are at this other table, but they're not paying any attention to you.
Okay. I will still lean in a little closer to Daphne and quietly say, when we were greeting all of you after the performance, I did shake hands briefly with Pollux, and I saw his eyes change from green to black. His expression went blank, and he left immediately afterward. And the fact that he said that you were perfect for the role, I'll be honest, that concerns me.
My concern is that he most likely is with the cult.
No,
And I
not
think you know what cult I'm talking about.
No. He's too he's too shy to be in a group like that.
It's usually the shy ones that join.
It's
Cults
the
are-
quiet ones you have to watch.
The fact that he gave you the role on the spot shows favoritism towards satyrs.
Well, maybe, but
All I'm saying, Daphne, is just
I will be careful. I always am. I generally have a cast member walk me from where I'm staying, so there's no need to worry about me. But
all right.
I will keep extra hoof out.
And obviously
Notice
we're not
anything- Go ahead.
obviously we're not accusing all satyrs, including yourself, of being a part of this cult.
Oh no! And they say most of the time the cult of horns is they're not even satyrs at all.
But it does leave some suspicion open that he might be a part of them if he's spending so much time out of the theater.
Well, perhaps he just doesn't like people. Maybe he likes performing and that's it. But maybe he just doesn't like the aspect of dealing with others. But I will take what you said into consideration, and I will do my best to watch out for myself.
Good.
And if you happen to see any other odd behaviors from him, please let us know. You know we're always here to help.
No, of course. If I notice
Took the
anything,
words right out of my mouth.
yeah. If I notice anything else weird, I will let you guys know.
Appreciated.
Well, so anything else that you guys wanted to talk or discuss? I hate to dine and run, but I need to go ahead and get ready. The director wanted to talk with me and discuss. We always try to change some things about each performance. That way, if people do return, they get a new experience each time.
Of course.
But is there anything else that you guys wanted to talk about, discuss before I head off?
Oh, I don't think so.
All right. Well, it was great seeing you guys again. Stay healthy. And she kind of goes ahead and gets up and skips out of the bar.
I'll call after her. Break a hoof.
And she kind of just jumps up and clicks her hoofs together as you say that.
Nice. Above table, I have to say, I wrote down that he likes to stay in character, and I wrote red alert next to that. That concerns
Pollock
me.
is definitely a member of the Cult of Horns. If he's spending so much time out, if his eyes change colors and he's spending a lot of time outside the theater, yeah. And he might also lead us to their location, if we can find it.
So true.
I could probe his mind, get any information we need.
So,
You'd
do we maybe want to take in another show, perhaps?
Catch him after the show.
Or even during? Do you think it might be easier to get into his mind if he's concentrating on trying to remember motions and where to be on stage?
It might be more difficult for him to withstand mental intrusions, yes. But if we also stress him out enough outside of the theater, we could probe him deeper. Daphne did say that he is a very shy person.
Very true. Well,
It all depends on what you guys want to do. I mean, we can always just go see the show again.
that is an option.
Either way, we're
Seeing the show 2 nights in a row and confronting him 2 days in a row might lead to other suspicions that
we
if
could wait a
he
day.
is part of the cult, that do we want the cult to know that we're following them, or do we want to still try to be under the radar?
Well, I could always read his mind during the show, then, in that case, so that we can just leave afterwards and not have to confront him. They don't. He doesn't know that we're after the cult yet. Well, the only person who knows is the guy we just talked to.
And kind of Daphne, but that's, you know.
That's it. Daphne's not going to rat us out.
Yeah.
No. Do we remember how long this particular show is running?
So
It was only
typically,
a couple days, wasn't it?
so typically, usually what they do, and at least this is, how, at least we did it, when I was doing, performances. Opening night was, on Thursdays. They would do a Friday night, performance, a Saturday matinee, then a final show Saturday night. So then typically they'll start working on after that show they'll start bids on the next whatever show that they're going to do next and start practicing that.
So we would only have 2 more opportunities to catch this show again? Is that correct?
Yes, you have the matinee, then you have the show this evening.
Matinee in the evening.
Oh, so they're not running this like for multiple weeks or anything like that. They're only doing it for the weekend.
Yeah. Then more than likely they're going to be they're going to close down for probably about a month or so. Prepare the next play or performance. Then go from there.
Right, fair enough. Oh yeah, then we probably do need to go.
Oh yeah, our best bet is to catch the shows before it ends, before he moves on to something else.
Unless you're a traveling troupe that does the same show and you go to different places, but they stay within this theater and do everything. So
he's still going to most likely be in
the city.
Yes.
He's just not going to be at. Well, he's going to be at the theater probably practicing, but
yes.
And he'll still be downtown. We just have to figure out where he frequents.
Yes,
which
exactly.
is another way we can maybe find out if he's part of the cult. Essentially, let's do some sleuthing.
Yeah, our best bet would probably be to catch him at the theater.
Yeah.
I don't think we can track him in the city.
What do you mean? Daphne will probably know where, at least where they practice.
They practice in the same theater.
Yeah.
Right.
So we can hang out around the theater from when they get done practicing and just follow him to wherever he goes. So even if we don't get our information at the next showing, or if we don't want to go to the next showing, we do have some other options of tracking this guy down.
That is true. But I would say that our best bet would be to try to catch him at the shows. He'll be off guard then.
Yeah, you could call him a captivated audience.
We could just follow him, tail him to wherever he goes, instead of confronting him at the theater.
And we might also find more.
I am not good at following people. I tend to clink a bit, and I'll just kind of shrug my shoulders a bit because I have heavy armor on.
Well, that's true.
I think so does Fezzik.
Let me see about.
I think Fezzik has chainmail,
I think he does.
Oh yeah, I have mail.
I think he does have chainmail.
which gives disadvantage.
I mean, I don't have disadvantage, but I wouldn't say I'm
I do.
I wouldn't say I'm the stealthiest man either.
I have a 4.
Let me see. Let me look at physics. Yeah. He has chainmail.
So we have 3. I guess 2 options. Then we either
What
confront
about
him
Leo?
or tail
Out of
him.
curiosity, how does Leo?
Doesn't he just have leather armor on?
That's true, he does.
Yeah, he doesn't have. He has basic leather armor on. You.
But have we noticed, or can I say, have I noticed, since I have a pretty high perception, have I noticed if he's been fairly quiet in his movements and stuff?
He has. It's not necessarily. He's not the loudest, but he's not the quietest. It's no worse. He's probably better than Thea and Fezzik.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
are you suggesting we send Leopold in to do our stealth mission?
Well, I have, like I said, I don't wear armor.
So you and Leopold can go figure out where he goes.
Yeah,
And then we could
that's
probably
a possibility.
when he leaves, or we can then probably ransack the place and see what it is.
I mean, I could try doing some tracking. The blind man trying to track, that could be interesting. But,
I mean, I have some tracking skills. Some.
well, I think maybe between the two of us, Leopold, maybe we could possibly hunt this guy down.
I say we go to the show. I try to read his mind while he's performing, and then you guys can track him after the show.
Now, this might be a crazy thought to the matter.
I like
You
crazy.
probe him. So you probe him during the show. And if you do catch something that he might be part of this cult, do you want to inform him or somehow make him realize that he's been had? So it spooks him and makes him want to go back to the cult and makes our job easier?
I could
what I'm
just
getting-
if I succeed in reading his mind, I could just send him a telepathic message,
Like, I know. Or something.
but make it not so obvious that it's us. Make
Exactly.
it someone else.
Something that would maybe scare him into having to, or feel like he has to go back to the cult to let them know it's like something's happening. Something knows about us.
Something big.
Yeah.
That way he'll run. You guys can figure out where he's running to.
Yep.
And then we can go and confront if necessary.
Just trying to think out the bigger plan here.
Yeah, no, like this is a pretty decent plan that you guys are coming up with.
Well, it's either that or we beat the shit out of him for information.
I
mean,
won't allow that.
That always works.
No. No.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. No. Okay.
No.
I'm joking.
I mean,
I'm the
plan
one
B.
here. No.
Plan B, we kick his ass and make him tell us what he knows.
Oh,
That's
Plan
plan
B.
B.
In the
us.
pursuit
Really,
of
that's a plan
justice.
C.
In the pursuit of
That's
justice.
plan C. Plan B is...
The guy is so far innocent. We don't know that he's a part of the cult. We have our suspicions, but suspicions. If somebody, if the guards come and got us right now for beating the shit out of him,
Oh,
they'll be like,
"Oh, you guys are going. You guys are going to jail for the rest of your lives."
exactly. We have to have some type of dirt,
reason to
not
beat
just
him up.
his thoughts, but actual physical dirt on this guy.
While you guys are having this conversation, Thea, you watch as the two minotaurs that were guarding the entrance to the red curtain are no longer there.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
And you see shortly
There's only so
after,
many places they could go.
you see kind of a hand come out, and you see he kind of waves. A hand kind of waves, and he holds up a hand with the hand signal for two. You look as the bartender just kind of scuffs, and he goes ahead and walks out behind the tavern. Kind of comes back here for a moment. Comes back, and you see that now instead of two minotaurs guarding the red curtain. It is now 2 Tritons.
He killed his guards. Oh boy.
Where did the Tritons
Hey,
come?
did we see where the 2 Tritons came from?
I'm assuming they came from the curtain.
No, right here. Like a little,
Oh.
like a little side door over here.
Oh, okay.
So that's a little suspicious. Does he rotate guards out every now and then?
That's odd.
Does he dispose of the old guard? I mean, I know assassins are paranoid.
He did say something about the money that we gave to the Minotaurs to get in. He said he would deal with that.
I'm assuming we weren't supposed to pay then. But I'm also assuming...
Out. I decided to leave. To be
I
honest.
my guess is that they were getting money on the side, and he decided to deal with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy's pretty ruthless from what we saw, but I didn't figure he was that ruthless.
If
Alright,
he's
so...
that ruthless, the less I want to get involved.
Right, so... The plan is for now, we go to the show, figure out what he's doing, scare him into going to the cult, if he's a part of it. And then we have Cantor and Leopold tailing him to the hideout.
I like that plan. Would we know how long there would be in between the matinee and the evening show? Like, would he have?
It's
Would we know if he would have
about-
time to do that?
It's about 3 to 4 hours.
Not all of us need
Okay.
to go to the show either. Only I really need to attend the show in order to read his mind.
That's true. And I could already be waiting outside. I was going to say, how far does your link reach? Or can we have a link together?
I can link mentally with one person that I can see that I have eye contact with for 4 minutes.
Okay, but
I believe it's 30 feet away.
You have to have eye contact, right?
I have to have eye contact to establish it. I don't need eye contact to maintain it.
Maybe helpful.
Because I was
Let
just
me-
curious. I was curious in terms of like the distance because
Yeah,
I
as a
inform you with what we're seeing.
from 30 feet away, I can telepathically link between one of you guys. But I have to see you first to establish the link.
That becomes very hairy. Yeah, we'll negate that portion of it, but
But I can always telepathically link to him and scare him.
yeah. And
then when
Leopold
he
knows
gets-
what he looks like, so we'll know kind of
And
what's
when
happening.
When he gets spooked, I'll head out. I'll leave. After I send the message, I'll leave and say that everything's good.
Okay, that'll work.
Or at least I'll try to make it discreet, like I'm going to the bathroom and not leaving the show.
Cool. Leopold, you're gonna have to be my eyes for whatever the signal may be.
Okay.
Thea will just, I guess. I mean, 2 of us could go in.
I was going to say, could I?
One
be
could
a
leave.
distraction in some way.
Actually,
the
I'm
rest
thinking
of
just
the things
having
going
somebody. I'm thinking having somebody else there while you're doing the mind link would be helpful. Just kind of like how Leopold won't be going alone. He's going to have me as well.
Oh,
In case
how about
something happens.
me and Thea can sit in different seats? I can send her the link that everything's set, and then she can leave
And let us know.
That could
And
work.
and let you guys know.
there we go.
And I could leave right before I know the performance ends.
There you
So
go.
you would have some advance warning.
Like 5 minutes beforehand or something.
Yeah, because
Well-
since you
Well, we need to know where he's leaving from, like which exit or
I'm
what.
assuming through the the stage, like the actors have their own way of getting out.
so
They probably have a back
did-
door or something.
you all remember from the night before when they all lined up at the very front. That you all greeted the actors. Then at the end, you all left back up out of the
Is this an
The
enclosed theater,
This is
or this is like an amphitheater?
it's more like a amphitheater. It's very outside.
But they
Okay.
still usually have multiple entrance and exits.
Yes.
So, but we'll be
typically-
able to see where he goes
typically-
if it's an amphitheater.
Typically though, actors and actresses and stagehands have their own exits behind the curtains.
And that's where we
Right.
probably want to do a quick just do a quick
Inspection.
investigation. Yeah.
Cover
You
our bases.
might want to, just kind of scout the area a little bit.
Yeah,
Before.
go a bit early and walk around.
Exactly.
Or maybe have Cantor and Leopold stand by the staff exit.
There we go.
Or have Leopold near the
Or across the
entrance
street
so that
from
when Thea leaves to go give the signal, Leopold can run to you to make sure you know.
There we go.
Yes.
Cantor can stay by the actor's staff door.
Yep.
The exit for the staff, while Leopold stays near the entrance.
Yep.
Alright.
I will look at Leopold and say, "Are you comfortable with this?"
Yeah. No.
All right.
This is going to be
Don't worry,
one,
kid. We got this. This is going to be your shining moment.
this is going to be one hell of a heist.
All right. Yeah. You gotcha. Yeah.
We're not necessarily heisting anything here. We're just info gathering.
This is like
Info gathering and spooking.
info gathering that leads to a heist.
We're going to
Steal
train you into
back.
becoming Batman, Leopold. This is Batman 101 training.
Who's Batman?
He's Robin. Oh, Batman's like an ancient myth and one of the other policies.
Oh.
He's a guy who wears like a giant bat pelt as a cape.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And he likes to take young boys and train them as his wards.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Before DC listens to this and sues me for some reason.
There's Batman and Theros. It's confirmed.
Anyway, so y'all's plan is to attend the. Are you guys going to attend the matinee, or are you guys going to attend the final performance?
Should we do the final performance?
Let's do
Since he's
the
going to be leaving anyway.
Okay, so go ahead and attend the final performance.
Before it gets dark, I at least want to walk around the back of the theater and just kind of see if I can suss out where
Yeah,
the staff entrance might be.
we should all figure out where the exits are.
and kind of get a good idea of the neighboring like streets and alleys, so we have a good idea. We're not going to necessarily get lost.
Yeah, give me a moment. So yeah, and I will go ahead and give me a second here. I gotta pull up because I actually did find a decent map for this.
Oh boy, an amphitheater. I was gonna assume that this was all an amphitheater, outdoor theater, and not like an indoor theater.
That's what I had in my head.
Yeah.
This is predominantly a outdoor theater. Let's see. That is not at all what I had. That is not the one that I wanted. All right. So we're
This
gonna.
is not the amphitheater.
This is not the one you want, but the one you need.
Yeah.
Two.
We'll go ahead and let's see. What I hate is they already put the grids on there. So when I go to put it on Rule 20, the grid is really funky and it just messes the whole thing up.
Yeah, then you have to align the grid
And it's just a pain in the butt.
with their grid.
Yeah, and and it's always off.
Of course.
So we're gonna go ahead and theater of the mind this one. So yeah, as you are taking a look around, for the most part, you can see. You typically already know where the front entrance is, and of course, you see where you've got two men that are currently taking like like tickets and stuff. You see where like their posts are. It's like a basic clay podium with enough room for people to like for 2 lines to go through and walk through. Then there's a little concession area over to the left and right on both sides, and then it kind of just leads down into where the amphitheater is. And it almost is very much kind of like the Colosseum is. How like the circles, like how the seats like circle. So all the seats you get are good seats, basically. It's almost better to get like 5th, 6th row seats. That way you're like right at like their level instead of like getting like the front row seats and having to look up at them.
Yeah.
Then, of course, the stage is about 5 foot high. From what you can tell, it's made out of the same adobe clay that the whole amphitheater is made out of. And you see that there is a red curtain that basically kind of like at least gives the actors and actresses and stagehands a little bit of privacy before and during scene changes and stuff like that. It's not an open stage amphitheater. There's at least a curtain for them to hide behind, so they can go ahead and bring the stage pieces on and stuff for each change. You do know it takes you a little while, but at the very back of the amphitheater there is one exit. It kind of seems to kind of go up, then down. You see, it has a wooden sign on the front that says "Cast and Crew Only."
Okay. I will share that information with a group, actually.
Okay.
That is our ticket then.
Okay.
Cantor waits here, and the rest of us get into position and get ready.
Yes, and there is a spot for Cantor and Leopold to kind of like, there's like a bush that you can both hide in and still get a good view of where the exit is.
Perfect.
Was Leopold staying closer to the exit so I could tell him it's nearly time?
Yeah, he's gonna stay in the and I'm going to be hiding out in the bush.
In the bush.
Yeah.
In the bush.
In the bush.
Yeah, Leopold is basically he's basically walking around the front of the amphitheater. He looks like one of those kids that needs money, so no one's like wanting to talk to him.
Leopold, real quick.
Huh?
Keep an eye on any guards as well.
Okay. All right. With that, the final performance begins.
Yeah, you should sit in front of me so I don't have to make myself look suspicious looking back to message you.
Agreed. And is the only exit from the seats, like if you're sitting looking at the stage, are the only exits directly behind, or could I exit to the sides?
You can exit, so you could take a ramp up to the side. You would eventually go back to one of those first 2 exits, but you can take a ramp that leads you down a different path.
Okay.
I need to be at least
that...
30 feet towards the stage so I can be in range of him.
Okay, you are definitely at least within range.
And I want to be, if possible, close to this, like maybe the outside edge of the seat, so I can kind of yeet out with as little notice as possible.
Yeah, and you know exactly when he's going to be looking away, because you're pretty sure that the blocking, which is what the stage movement is called, for those that don't know.
Ooh, fancy terms.
Yeah, there you go. The stage blocking, he's going to be looking away, at least in your direction, looking away from you, quite a bit, Thea. So you got some spots you can kind of like sneak out.
I will definitely pick a spot that's in front of Arthos, but close to one of those spots that I could snick it out.
Yeah, Arthos is gonna try to find like a middle seat, but close enough to Thea that he can just glance over at her to send her the signal.
All right. The performance begins. You are all familiar with the performance. I won't bore you with the little writing that I did for it. The first time.
It was fantastic writing.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, quick, can I, since I know Daphne said that it changed a bit, can I try to pay attention with the part of my mind that's not waiting for Arthos to say, hey,
go
to what changes?
oh yeah, I mean, as far as the changes are concerned, it's the scenery pieces.
Okay, that's fine.
But that's really about all that you notice that changes.
Cool.
Okay.
I'm making sure to subtle cast detect thoughts.
Okay. And that is a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, DC 15 if I'm probing him deeply. But I want to get his surface thoughts
You
first
wanna get
before I
his
probe
surface-
deep.
You want to get his surface
Yeah.
thoughts first?
Yeah, I want to see what he's just thinking on the surface before probing deep.
I cannot wait until this one is done and over with. I wonder what they think the next play is going to be. I should really
All right.
suggest Calliope and. Okay.
His surface thoughts are very basic. I'm gonna probe as deep as I can now.
All right. Go ahead. And you said that is a wisdom saving throw,
Yeah,
correct?
it's a wisdom saving throw for him. DC 15.
DC 15. Arthos.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like as you are trying to probe into his mind?
I'm just like staring directly at him. My eyes are purple.
Okay.
Dude, like I'm subtly casting the spell so he can't. So I don't have to do semantic or verbal components when I'm casting the spell. All you can see is just a change in my eye color.
Interesting.
Sure.
I thought I was the only one in his head. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Should we get to know each other some?
What? Who are you?
Who am I? Who are you?
I asked the question first.
Very true, very true. You may call me Xenagos if you want.
Xenagos? You talking about the goat god?
So you have heard of me. Ooh, pleasure.
Yeah, I think everyone from here to the sea has heard of you.
Oh, interesting. Great. Awesome. Lovely. So, tell me,
You're-
who are you now? Come on, this is how we play the game.
I'm no one important. What are you doing in this guy's head?
That is not how we play. Arthos, Iron Mane.
What the?
And
I've not gone by.
And as soon as you hear that last name, you take 8 psychic damage as you are shoved back.
I just like grab my head a bit. I try not to make as much of a scene, which is not easy when you've been psychically blasted. The hell? Am I still in his head? Am I still talking to Xenagos?
No, you got kicked out.
See, I immediately connect with you and go, change of plans.
What's wrong?
Xenagos is in his head.
What?
If I try to send him a message, if I try to telepathically talk to him, I might just get Xenagos again.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
Follow
let
him.
him go?
Let Leopold know.
What
I need more information.
Yes, I will try to subtly leave to have enough time to convey this shocking information.
Alright, you see Leopold's out there like doing his alms for the poor, kind of like little stitch he's got going on, like just.
Did he actually make any money off of it?
He rolled
Probably a few copper.
Performance check.
2 pieces of copper.
Nice. Nice.
Something.
He's using his dad's shield to collect the money.
Oh, shut up! That's awful.
Mm.
Alright, anyway.
Awesome. He can buy the first round.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, anyway,
I
Thea's
will-
going up.
I will go out, find him, and quickly take him to a corner where there's like no people, preferably, but as few people as possible, to convey this information.
Oh crap. Okay, I'll look into her now. Do you still want us to follow him, or you just...
Yes, follow him. Try not to be seen, and tell Cantor that this is not good.
Okay,
Careful.
alright.
You probably really won't have to imply that.
Yeah, okay.
Wait a minute, we're
I'm also
gonna
the
be
mother
following
hen.
God. How's this gonna happen? We're
Well, you know,
track
just
the God.
the god of like this is the god, like a dead god who's inside this guy's head.
You see, Leopold goes ahead, runs off to where, Cantor is. Cantor, did you gotten to use the sound of Leopold's feet?
Oh yeah. I definitely would recognize him.
You see kind of whispers, so, plan's still going, they just left, but Xenagos is in that guy's head, so...
Okay.
But
Okay.
I know, shocking information.
Yeah.
we're still
Leopold,
gonna follow him.
Leopold. Yes, we'll still follow him. However, the slightest chance of this going sideways, run. Run back to the tavern. Okay?
I still stand on my idea of beating the shit out of this guy now.
Okay,
If something goes sideways, I just want you to run.
okay,
Do not stick around. This is Xenagos. This is a god.
okay, oh, here he comes, and you see the door kind of like swings up into the... and you see, it's just him by himself. You see he kind of has a bag over his shoulder, kind of looks around. Need you to roll me a stealth check, along with Leopold.
The question is, does he even know that Xenagos is in his head? That's a good question.
That's an excellent question.
Stealth check, you said, right?
Yeah, stealth check.
16.
16, good, okay. Leopold got a 14.
Okay.
Not bad. Alright, do you see Pollux kind of just looks around? It starts taking steps down. It starts heading off into the night. What do you do?
We're gonna follow.
Okay. Leopold is following behind
Try to keep,
you.
try to keep a good distance away, maybe like a good 30 feet or so behind
I was
him.
gonna say 30 or 40 feet, but 30's good.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably 30, because that's still enough distance. If we do need to catch up, we can. Even though I can move 40, Leopold can only move 30. So I was thinking, trying to keep it like right around that 30-foot distance.
Okay. All right. After about 5 minutes, I need you to roll me another stealth check, along with Leopold.
18.
Leopold got an 18.
Oh,
Ooh,
sweet.
damn! You guys are some light-footed people.
Okay.
You're kind of coming in the middle of. You're passing where the last drop is. So between the drunks that aren't at the performance and the nighttime air that's beginning to fill Akros, you are safe. After another 5 minutes, make me a final stealth check.
Oh, 19.
The luck is on your side tonight.
Damn.
Leopold got 15.
All right.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
Leopold, good Leopold.
I was expecting you to say Leopold got a 5, and I was gonna
Yeah.
be like, no.
I was terrified that was going to happen.
As you guys follow Pollux, you see he comes down to, it's a pretty humble home that's off the outskirts of where like the main drag of Akros is. It's almost like several homes are connected. Think of them like townhomes, but they're like single homes instead of like 2 stories. And you see he seems to go into one of them and closes the door.
Okay.
Normal
Alright.
house.
Normal house. Leopold. I want you to go and find the rest of the party, rest of the group, and bring them back here. I'm maybe like a good 30 feet or so down the way.
Mhm.
I want to have Leopold go and get Thea and Arthos.
Okay, and everybody.
Oh yeah, grab the whole party.
Yeah.
And then after
Hmm.
he pulls away,
Mhm.
I'm going to just try to do, I don't know what it would be. Would it be a perception check or something? I'm just going to be trying to get a little bit, maybe like under a window or something like that, and just try to listen. I mean, I can't really investigate. It's like, what
Okay.
the hell am
Do
I
you
going to
want
see?
to? Are you trying to reach for a window, or are you trying to get close to where Leo told you where the door was?
I want to get close to where I can hopefully listen, like through the door, through the wall, through a window,
Okay.
through, I want to get close enough so I can try to use my other senses, since I can't see. I know I need to get closer to smell and to hear.
Okay.
And
Make me a perception check.
18.
18. You. For a moment, you don't hear anything. You hear, what? What do you mean someone was trying to read my mind? I don't know. Look, alright. I get it. I'll take care of it.
I only hear one voice, though.
One voice.
Oh, Xenagos is talking in his head.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take care of it tonight. Yes. Alright. And with that, we're going to go over to Leopold. You see, a little bit after the performance, Arthos, you're still a little shaken up.
There's a little bit of blood coming out of his nose. Like, oh no.
You see, physic
I
kind
want to
of
try to catch up to Arthos.
like tricks your face. It's like, well, he's like, you seem a little banged up, but you should be
Yeah,
fine.
Xenagos mind blasted me.
What did it feel like?
Felt like getting punched in the face.
Like me punching someone in the face?
Yeah, like full force punch.
And you see, now Thea and Leopold are now there, with you, along with with Celine.
Okay, Leopold, where's the son of a bitch?
Hold on. Before Leo came back, I wanted to see if I could find Arthos and say, do we want to tell Daphne?
Keep Daphne out of it. She's an innocent.
Hope she's
The
careful.
less she knows, the more she's safe. This is Xenagos we're dealing with.
You can never predict what he'll do.
Exactly.
Guys, so me and Cantor showed him back. It just to some homes. Cantor told me to come back.
Alright, it's time to kick this guy's door in. Let's go.
Yes. On the way, I will give you a level 1 cure wounds, Arthos.
Yeah, I'm down to 14 hit points. If Xenagos fights back against me again, I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Well, 4 hit points anyway.
That's that. Hey, any little bit of healing helps.
Yeah. Better than nothing.
It's better in than out.
How long would it take for us to, like, if we full sprinted down to get there? Few minutes?
Full sprint, it would take you guys about 6 to 7 minutes.
Cool. Cantor, what have you found?
Are you going to run right up to the house where I'm at?
Yeah, I'm going right there. I'm busting the door down.
Oh, because I'm like right there. I mean, probably once I start hearing you guys, I'm gonna probably start waving my hand like quiet down, quiet down.
I want answers.
That's great. I'll sneak over to where I hear their clanking, and because they probably sound like a freaking herd of elephants to me.
Yeah.
And my heightened.
I do.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm wearing just robes. I have no armor on, so I'm kind of quiet. But I have sandals.
Once I see Cantor waving, I will like stop and slow down.
Okay, I'll head over to the rest of the party, and I'm going to relay to them basically what I heard.
Xenagos blasted me in the brain.
I wouldn't be surprised. I think our guy is kind of kooky because he's been talking to himself.
He's talking to Xenagos.
Yes, he's probably talking to Xenagos in his head, and he said he's going to take care of it tonight.
I'm breaking that door down. We're getting information.
I say well, first off, this is Xenagos.
He's doing what he wants tonight.
We're probably not going to get Xenagos out of this guy. The best we can try to do is to bind this guy and take him to one of the temples and let the priest do it.
Fine by me. I'm still breaking his door down.
We can break his door down, but killing him I don't think is going to be...
I'm not going to kill him. I'm just going to rough him up a bit.
And I really wouldn't talk to him because it's Xenagos.
Anyway,
what are you going to believe?
Read on that point.
I point my staff. I go to his door, point my staff, and just cast Witch Bolt and break down his door.
I make an attack on the wooden door.
Ooh.
Lightning, baby. Nat 20!
Oh!
Sweet baby Jesus. Okay.
That's 2d12 worth of lightning damage.
Go ahead and, go ahead and roll that for me.
Oh, wait, I just do a 12 on the first one, and then...
Yeah.
12, and then... Ooh. That's a 6. 18 points of lightning damage to the door.
Alright, so give me a moment, because this was not how I expected the session to go. So I have
we threw off the DM!
Ding dong!
Yeah!
Special delivery!
Special delivery, asshole!
Smack him with my staff and knock him out.
Oh, wow.
I was not expecting to get a nat 20. It's not on the new dice that I just bought either.
No, I was not expecting this. Okay. This is one of those moments as a DM you're like, really? Did they just do this? But okay. Alright, give me a moment. So you guys break the door down. The entrance is...
Large bolt shot to the door.
Give me a second.
I haven't laughed that hard in a while.
I gotta do some hiding.
This is the one time I did a decent attack roll against something.
And it's a door.
Yeah, it was the door.
Most of my spells are saving throw oriented. Witch Bolt isn't an attack roll.
Alright, where is the entrance? The entrance is... Doesn't really show an entrance, so I'm making an entrance for you. How's that sound?
Sounds great. This is great. I don't think you expect us to bust down his door.
I didn't expect y'all to deal with him this early.
We're dealing with a god, so we're gonna have to be very...
Alright.
We need to do this now, because if what Cantor said is
we're gonna have to do it fast. This has to be something where we have to totally take him by surprise, take him down, gag him.
I can talk to
take
him
No,
mentally.
no, you don't. Do you really want to do that again? How did
Probably
that work last time?
not great.
Not supposed to be that big.
Oh my God, Xenagos!
He's not supposed to be that big. He's not supposed to be that big.
Arthos breaks down the door, sees a giant standing in the doorway, like, oh, hello.
Never
Wrong
mind.
door, sorry.
We,
I'm
wrong
good.
door, wrong door.
Oh, this is, oh, my bad. This is the wrong house. We're actually tracking down the kingpin of crime, you know?
Have you heard the good word about Athreos?
Have you heard the word of
Helios,
our Lord and
Helios.
Savior, Jesus Christ?
Land shark.
Alright.
He's a new god, you know?
Land shark.
Alright. As soon as you do that, Arthos, and you kind of just break down the door, you see that's the discarded pieces of the door. Right there on the floor. You see Pollux is standing in the back. He looks to you. He's like,
I just walk in going, knock, 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 motherfucker. I'm the one who read your mind.
"You, what do you want?
I want who's in your head.
What do you?" And you see his body starts shaking, and you watch his eyes go from that green to that black.
And I'm like, don't talk to him.
Alright, knock him, Cantor, knock him out quick.
Knock him out and silence him now.
No, alright, fine. I'm gonna aim I'm just gonna try to non-lethally throw not a fire. You know what? Calm emotions.
Non-lethal fire? How does that work?
Let's throw up some calm emotions.
Calm emotions? What is that?
Calm emotions. This is 60-foot. You attempt to suppress strong emotions in a group of people. Each humanoid within a 20-foot sphere, 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point of your choice within range must make a charisma saving throw. Creature should choose they can choose to fail if they wish. If creature fails its saving throw, so I can make a creature indifferent towards me if I want to.
Indifferent? Okay.
Or yeah, I believe indifferent.
And you said charisma?
Yeah, indifferent about creatures of your choice that is hostile towards. I'm assuming Xenagos is going to be hostile towards us.
So what is your DC?
15.
That was a 14.
Oh, he's indifferent.
So he's
We're
indifferent.
getting close.
Yeah, let's get in close. We're going to have to tie this guy up and gag
Alright,
him.
come on. You're coming with us.
I don't think I'm going anywhere. What are you doing in my home? And you see his eyes, you see his hands are like starting to shake.
Look, man, we just want to know what's going on in your head. So just
There's something very
you-
bad going on with you, whether you know it or not.
Oh,
You are currently possessed, and we're here to help you.
little exorcism,
I'm
if you will.
not going anywhere.
Cantor, would you do the honors of knocking him flat on his ass?
I will. This is going to be non-lethal, of course.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's see, where am I?
I've calmed him down a bit, so just knock him out.
Yeah, hopefully it won't take too much. Where am I? So I'm going to jog his memory here.
What the 20?
It's a dirty,
was
it's
that?
a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
20.
I was gonna say if that was a nat 20, goddamn.
No, it wasn't a nat 20. It's a dirty 20, and it's 8 non-lethal damage with that.
Okay,
Is he? I'm assuming he's still up, right?
he's still up.
Okay, so next is going to be, I still have my bonus action then,
Yep.
so I can do like flurry of blows
You can.
and do 2 unarmed strikes.
You can.
So let's do that. Unarmed strike 1,
God
unarmed
damn.
strike 2. 21 to
10
hit, 22 to
damage.
hit, and 10 more non-lethal damage. So he had a total of 18 non-lethal damage from me today.
He's knocked out.
Boom.
All
Okay.
right.
Now,
Tie him
who
up.
has rope? Who has rope and something
I
we
have
can drag
rope.
him with? All
I
right.
have rope.
Now, next
Good
is
to
going to
know.
be Xenagos's. What would be the perfect temple for us to take him to?
Who killed him?
I mean, we can take him to Helios. I know my
Why
guy.
don't we take him?
I
Why
know
don't we
my
take
guy would
him?
definitely be able to handle something of this nature.
Who's the woman who? Who's the
Nyla.
goddess? Nylia. Nylia is the goddess that killed him. Why don't we take him to a temple for Nylia?
That'll work. Is there one in town?
There is one in town.
Let's
All right,
go.
let's
there.
go. Fezzik, would you mind carrying him?
Fine. He kind of just lifts him up.
We did something the DM wasn't expecting.
No, I was not. That's fine. No worries. We got this.
Busted down his door like, "Hello, motherfucker."
As we're tying
He's
him
just
up,
like,
I'm just
look
going
over
to
at
ask,
Cantor.
do I have a
It's
cover
like-
story for this?
That's you're like, Cantor, take care of him. Okay. Dud, dud, dud.
Yeah, just pop, pop, pop. And this is like, oh, fine. Just like,
Our cover story is we're local
He's-
militia doing
No, that he's
they're not gonna
drunk.
believe that.
That he's drunk after a very successful run,
citizens arrest.
and we're taking him to the clergy to help him recover.
Do you have mending? Can you fix the door?
I don't have mending. I don't
Who
have
has
any.
mending?
I thought I took it. Hold on. Did I?
Does Sabrina have it?
Yes, I took it. I have it.
Okay, you do have mending? Okay.
I do.
I
have
feel like we
mending.
should fix this door so that no one.
Yeah, we probably want to at least patch it.
Okay.
How badly
I
did
will-
the people break the door?
Oh, you put a. I mean, you basically like shot it in half.
All right, I pick up
Probably blew it
the
off
pieces.
hinges easily.
All right, Thea, do your magic.
It takes 1 minute to cast, but I will cast it as many
Yeah.
times as I need to.
Yeah, you take the time. It takes a little bit, but you do mend the door. You fix it.
I go back in. I want to see if there's anything else that he has also out.
I'm not going
Well-
to be in there while you're doing it because we were just coming in here to take care of a guy who has been possessed. I'm okay with that. Anything more, it's like, eh.
He's got to
For-
have some papers on
Great,
him.
man.
Before we do anything, I try to check to see if he's got anything that explains what, or like maybe he wrote down a journal explaining when he got possessed and things like that.
I assist with that search.
Yeah, you can. One of you can make a investigation check with advantage.
And if anybody has detect magic, let's do that as well. Or detect good and evil. Either one would work.
Okay. I rolled with advantage. And
Because
I
maybe
got
the guy is possessed by
on dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Yeah.
It takes you a little while, Arthos, but you do find a journal. It's a very old journal, probably looks like it's some kind of black leather.
All right. That's just it. That's all I find.
That's all you find.
Okay. I come out and go, I found a journal, and I slip it into my satchel and like, let's get moving.
I don't have
There
any
wasn't
detect
anything
spells
magical?
today, so
Was there anything magical or evil detected? in
I
that?
couldn't feel anything evil or magical.
I don't have any of those spells today.
Okay.
We can come back.
Because I'm just
Needed.
thinking, like, if he's possessed by or cursed by something.
The shard.
Yes. If we
Did he-
come back tomorrow, might be able to detect something along those
Didn't-
lines, but I
look-
can't today.
Didn't the headmaster say something about how he felt some corrupting presence in the shard?
The thought had crossed my mind that there could be another one that Pollux has.
We'll have to come back and investigate this place a little bit more in depth when we don't have to deal with an unconscious guy who's possessed by a god.
Yes, let's get him
wake
somewhere
him
before
back
he
up
wakes
again. Let's get him to the clergy.
Okay. You all take Pollux to the Temple of Nylia. It's kind of a small temple, very humble. Her presence is not very well known here in Akros. Typically, Arois Heliod and Furfuros are mainly worshipped here. But she does have a small little temple, very humble. You do find, as you all walk in, Cantor. Just because you're a monk, I'll allow you to do this. You feel the sound of like a bowstring being pulled back. And you hear an arrow snap. You're able to duck out of the way. As an
Okay.
arrow hits the wood behind you.
Okay.
Is there something I can help you with? You hear a voice coming from inside the temple, kind of
Yes.
in the direction where the arrow came from.
Yeah, I guess we have a bit of a problem with a goat problem, if you will. It's a little play.
All right, look. If this is some sort of joke, then I'm going to have to ask
We
you
have a
all-
man that is. I just speak over him real quick by saying it's like we believe this man is possessed by
The dead god Zaragos.
and we need your assistance.
Bring him in. Close the door.
Yeah, we bring him in, close the door.
Right?
You see, now lights begin, like little green lights.
It's like I murmur over to Cantor. It's like this is one of the reasons why I said we should bring him to my god.
Well, I would assume
My plug. That's my
lighting
vicious
up
plug
all
for
over
the
the
session.
temple.
That's my
And,
vicious plug for the night.
For
That my
those,
god is better.
for those that can see, you now see standing before you, very old. You can tell probably a hunter of some kind. But looking really closely, almost looks like a bird is standing there in front of you.
whoa.
What? Have you never? What? Have you never been inside a temple of Nadia before?
Yes and no. I've been in one before. But anyway, our friend here, Pollock, is possessed.
All right. Start from the beginning.
Okay, so
As you're talking, you see that this large bird man is starting to get things together.
You know, it might be easier if I show you and I mentally just share with him what I've experienced.
All right, dear, that's certainly concerning. All right, they are incapacitated, correct?
Indeed.
And gagged.
All right, go ahead and put them in the center there for me. Kind of points to the ground right there in the middle of the temple.
We figured that the temple of the goddess that slayed Xenagos might have some better effort than any of the other temples in dealing with this.
Well, I did not think of having to deal with something like this late at night, but I will deal with it. Oh, all right.
And we do apologize
No,
for bothering
it's-
you this late at night.
It is fine.
We had to get this as quickly as possible.
You see,
We don't know what he was plotting next.
You see, he kind of pulls off a feather, kind of starts chanting something, and like sits in a fire, kind of waves it around. Oh yeah, there is something, definitely something on him. Something evil. I can't get a very good reading on it though.
Like
What?
in him or on his person?
Right here. You see, he points to the back of Pox's neck. There seems to be almost like where his neck is. Looks like a black. Looks like. At first, you would think it's a mole. Then you look really close. You can almost see a little glimmer, a shine for a moment. Like a black shard had been stuck into the back of his neck.
Is that one of the arrowhead pieces?
That's what it looks like. But
Is he a conduit for this god?
I think so.
What would happen if we tried to remove it?
He'll
Well,
probably die.
that's just what I'm thinking. I've only heard stories of these shards, but I've never. This is my first time seeing one up close.
There's no safe way of removing this without killing him.
No, but I might be able to break the connection.
Which is at least a
That'd be
start.
start.
This
They shoved a piece of the arrowhead into his body.
That's what it looks like. All right, I'm gonna need all of you. Step back. Whatever you see, do not believe anything. Do I make myself perfectly clear?
Crystal clear.
Yes.
All right.
I promise I won't see anything.
Or here. You see?
I'll stand next to Leo.
You see? He goes ahead and takes.
Can you guys hear me?
Huh?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I was just kind of curious.
You see, he takes another feather and lights it up and begins to do a different sort of spell. And you watch as the room starts to spin. You guys are, and for a moment, it looks like you're not even in the Temple of Nylia anymore. You guys are standing almost, it looks like, in a starry-filled sky. You take a second thought. It looks very much like the sky did when you saw the omen of Erois and Mogus fighting Arthos. You can hear a voice saying, That little cub, it deserves to die. Drown it! Kill it! Do whatever you want with it. Thea. You see the
Yes.
face, almost clear as day, of the ghost that you've been seeing, reaching out for you. Thea, please help me.
I won't move toward it, but I can't help my hand reaching out toward this ghost.
And then you,
Trying.
Cantor, you just all your senses go dark. You can't smell anything, you can't hear anything. You almost can't even feel your own fingers touching. It's like you're numb.
Oh, that would kind of freak me out.
I'm gonna need. No, never mind. As all this is happening, and all
We
this.
need 15 wisdom saving throws from everyone.
Yep. As all this is going on, you watch as in the middle you see, the bird priest is what I'm going to call him. For right now, he is waving his feather over Pollux's body. It says, "Soul, innocent. I will now extract whatever is inside you. Whatever pain you will feel, know that I do not mean to do this. And whoever is inside, your time has come. Your time on this plane no longer needed." As he goes ahead and prepares and casts Spell Evil. As he goes ahead and rips out the gem, and you hear Pollux scream, and you see almost like this black ichor come from where the gem got pulled out, and you see
Oh no.
that it just shoots back into the gem. And you see the bird priest holds on to it. And you see his hand start to shake. You see he tries to almost embed into him. And you see he quickly grabs a jar that was by his side and tosses it in and puts a cork over it. As he does that, the room stops spinning.
Pollock? You have one mind now.
What? Who are you? Where?
I'm Arthos.
Where?
You're in the temple to Nelia.
Wait. Why am I here?
You had a voice in your head, did you not? Do you remember anything before this?
You see, he begins to tear up a little bit. It's been 3 months. Castor. He made me kill Castor.
Who? Xanagos?
Nods.
Don't worry, he's not going to harm you anymore.
We'll have gone over by this point. I'm starting to untie Pollux.
We had to do that for you, bud. I'm sorry we had to knock you out and break your door down.
He made me kill my brother. He was the only family I had.
Do you know who put the gem in you?
I'm so sorry.
No. They wore masks with antlers. They promised me. They promised that my name would be remembered.
The Cult of Horns. You're safe in this temple.
Wait a minute. You said that they promised you that you would be remembered.
Yes.
So, did you ask for this?
You were in their cult, weren't you?
Yes.
Who else is in the cult?
I don't know. We never show our faces.
Did you know where they were based out of?
It changes.
Changes.
Do you have
But
some
are
of
they
the
here in the
more
city?
recent? Do you know some of the more recent locations you guys have met at?
It's fuzzy. Almost like they took that part away from me.
Are they in Akros?
They're everywhere.
Yeah,
Right.
I kind of figured that already.
I'm just asking, are they do they have operations here in Akros?
I don't know for sure. I would. I think they wanted me to start it here.
And I'm assuming your brother was also a part of this.
He wasn't.
Was he trying to get you out of it?
He told me. He told me I didn't need them. He told me that I had enough talent that people would remember me.
Well, you'll definitely be remembered after this incident. But
Yeah, not too many
We're in
people
Arthur's a
live
little
to
bit.
be possessed by a god and walk away from it.
yeah, not many people can say they survived being taken over by Xanagos.
Yeah, Xenagos isn't any old god either.
So they shoved. Okay, I go up to the priest, and I'm like, "That's one of the shards of the arrowhead."
Yeah.
Looks like the cult of Xanagos are experimenting on ways to bring their god back.
That's what it seems.
I think it's in our best interest that you hold on to this.
I think so as well. If you
Keep it
find-
someplace safe and hidden.
I will. This stays between those in this room.
There are 4 more pieces that we need to find. Or is it 3 more pieces? This is 1?
There
If I
are.
remember correctly, I think it's 4.
We know the number.
You obviously really aren't 100% sure how many pieces there are.
Right, so that's 1 down, many more pieces to go.
Yeah.
Well,
And we
I
do
will-
know
Good.
we don't know if this is the one that was in Varus's desk either.
Yeah. We still don't know. We need to verify that and make sure there's nothing in the desk.
We should also take a look at Pollux' house. He might have more than what he's letting on.
Personally, I don't think so. I mean, if this is actual plan to bring him back, you really wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. This is something you'd want to spread around.
Right.
well, he did say that they have operations everywhere, so it is most
Mhm.
likely that at least there are others that have similar.
Ailments.
Yes.
Pollock, I'm going to be borrowing your journal for a few days. Is that okay?
Yeah. I guess it's fine.
Is that even his journal?
I pull it out and I'm like, this is yours, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I've had that since I was a boy.
Right. Okay. Okay, group huddle time. It's group huddle.
Group huddle.
I'm thinking that the journal might have some information that we could use to find the cult.
I'd say we at least review what's happened over the past, like, he said, what, 3 months ago is when he...
3 months is when he had this shard inserted into him.
Yeah, let's at least see what's happened over the past 3 months when Xanagus was actually in him. I would find that very curious. Anything beyond that, hey, I think we'll get lucky if we find anything. I think it's going to be more of a personal journal.
I think Pollock should also stay here for tonight, in case the cult comes looking for him.
No. Yes, that is fine. He is more than welcome to stay here.
I'm gonna give probably like 5 gold at least to the temple here.
Yeah, you
Just for
bless-
what they've done so far. I mean, well, actually, they probably deserve a hell of a lot more than 5 gold for what they did tonight.
You have performed a hell of a service for us
Yeah.
tonight.
Well,
I'm gonna give 20 gold.
We are in your debt.
wow. No, it is. Riley would want it done. My name is Cicero. It's
Cicero?
yes. I am the only priest here. Not many come to worship Nylia here in Akros, but I was allowed
What?
some room, and I do have a couple of acolytes under my stead, but not many come here. So,
Oh, but what you did was no less than a miracle.
well, it's only
That's
2 nights
reasonable.
for what's making up for the things that I have done.
Right, okay. We should all get some rest. Figure
Yes.
yourself
I
out
want
in the
to.
morning.
I want to go to Pollux.
You might want to heal his damage. Because he was
Yeah.
punched a bunch
Yeah,
of
you kind
times.
of knocked him out.
Well, I was
Um,
assuming that was being done with part of,
The
That's
ritual.
Yeah, it kind of
Baptism
needed
and
to be
everything?
done, but
and he's going to
He broke his nose.
He's going to be staying the night for at least a night, if not
Yeah.
probably a couple nights, for them to observe him and make sure there's no side effects going on.
But you're alright, Pollock. You're
Yeah.
not feeling any craziness?
No, not at the moment.
The voices have subsided.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm sorry for trying to intrude on your mind as well.
No, it's fine. I understand why now you did that. Fine.
And we'll be eternally grateful if you're still alive the next morning.
Alright.
I was going to say, Cantor's probably going to want to immediately after this make a beeline back to the Temple to Helioid, and besides prayers, also talk to the clergy about everything that's just taken place here.
Not to be rude or anything, but having someone in your head for 3 months really takes it out of you. I was really
No problems. No issues at all. Get rest. Get
I will
better.
cast level 1 Cure Wounds on him as well.
Oh, thank you.
His broken nose just sets back into
He
place.
kind of just lays on the bedroll.
Yeah.
Bedroll that
Or 7.
Cicero has kind of like laid out for him.
Alright, so
It's a good thing.
we should all.
It's a good thing I don't need to sleep, so I will be able to watch him.
Alright, let's all get going. Back to the
As
last
we
drop.
leave, we'll kneel down and whisper in Polish's ear. If you need someone to talk to Daphne. I think she'll help you.
Right.
I'll leave.
Oh, yeah.
Walking, Arthos is just looking for any information he can find on the previous 3 months that he's been possessed by Xanagos
With
through his
that,
journal.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Holy!
Yeah.
About 10 minutes or so. We'll start our recording right back up with picking up Arthos looking through the journal and such. And we'll and Cantor going to the Temple of Heliod. We'll be back with you guys very shortly. And
The crazy train.
And jump back in on the crazy train, as Arthos calls it. And so Arthos, go ahead, make me an investigation check.
Investigating the book. No, that's not going to be enough. It's only an 8.
Only an 8. You're able to get to the part where Pollux talks about how he's getting actually inducted into the cult officially tonight, and he talks about how excited he is about it, and that hopefully maybe all his dreams will come true.
What does it? Is there a date for where he wrote this all down?
Yes, and it kind of matches up with the timeline. Then
Right.
the next page, it's in a language you cannot read.
Oh no. That must be Xanagos.
Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure it's in a.
I speak Celestial, Common, and Leonin.
Nope, you don't know it. You wouldn't know what it is, so.
I have Primordial and Sylvan.
Nope.
You're blind. What do these words say, Cantor?
Silence.
Oh wait, you're blind.
I have Deep Speech, Giant, and Minotaur.
Nope.
I
No,
don't think so.
ancient
None
language
of-
probably.
None of you know it.
How many pages does this unknown language go for?
It's the rest of the way.
For all the rest of the 3 months, it's nothing but an unknown language.
Yep.
Lovely. So we
Great.
have somebody who can read languages,
We need a translator.
or has the spell comprehend languages.
Right. Maybe we could talk to that headmaster guy.
Ooh, he'd be able to, or pretty much anybody at the school.
Right.
Yes.
We still have many quests to complete first before we keep going any deeper. We still got that stone to go talk to the
we
dragon
need to go
about.
to the dragon. Yeah, we don't have to go and face a dragon. That should be easy after dealing with a god. I mean, come on.
You know, Arthos is like, after facing a god, I think we could take a dragon.
I'm feeling much more confident with our party.
But anyway, I think we all need to get some rest.
Cantor,
And
you
then-
still wanted to go to the temple of
Yes.
Heliod, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I am willing to only take a short rest in lieu of addressing this with the local temple and my deity.
Uh-huh.
This is something obviously critical to not just the polis, but to the entire continent.
Alright.
So yeah, I'm gonna find the nearest, because I mean I was at the temple earlier, so I'm gonna try to find some of those same
Yep.
people.
And you find one priest up.
Yep. And I'm going to mention to him that we need to arrange a much bigger meeting with the rest of the with the high priest here, as well as the other senior clergy. This is something we might want to even wake them up for.
Oh, what is this concerning?
Xenagos.
Fuck. Alright.
Oh yeah, I just dropped the name and it's like his head drops.
Yeah. Fuck.
It'd be one of those nights.
You watch as he snaps his fingers. You watch as you know, like in this temple, the sun was starting to set. In this temple, suddenly the sun rises again. It is bright and it looks like it's bright daylight in this temple.
Well, we're the god of the sun.
And you start to hear people like, "Hey, who turned that back on?" And people are starting to shout. And
yeah.
Some of the clergy members are coming out in their night robes, like.
And they see me, like, oh god, that guy again.
What's this about? We were all trying to sleep. Like.
I start telling them about the play and how we identified the one guy acting strange, and we found him to be under the influence of Xenagos. We took him to the temple. What was the temple again?
Nadia.
Yeah, Nadia. So we took him to the Temple of Nadia, or at least that's what the rest of the party, my friends, wanted to do, was take him to Nadia. And while there, they were able to remove Xenagos's influence. And in doing so, they found a shard embedded into his neck of the arrow.
And the person who was possessed, they are all right.
They appear to be fine now. They are under the care of the other clergy.
Yes, we're familiar with Cicero, somewhat.
Yeah, I know. They've helped us in the past.
All right. This is something that needs to be done at first light outside.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is something that I felt was important and that you guys needed to know now.
No, yes. It is good. It is good that you at least informed us of what was going on.
Okay. All right. And I was going to do then like any other further prayers. I know it's past dusk, but I didn't really get a chance to, so I was going to do my prayers and stuff like that here. Probably toss, like another goal or two into the alms box, even though at this point I really don't owe them anything more. I gave them already like a shit ton of money at this temple.
Oh yeah.
But that's all I've been spending my money on, actually. It's just been tossing it to temples. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be praying specifically for any other insight. Maybe like helping. I'm gonna ask Heliod for any other like insight, perception into this new adversary that's coming about, and for any assistance he can provide.
Make me a religion check.
Oh, those have been like wonderfully.
I know,
Son of a God damn it!
I've been giving them to you, and you just
these are the roles that I just totally take. I am literally the worst, like, freaking follower. He just does no respect, which actually kind of sadly fits my character.
Yeah, no, I love it.
It really does. I rolled a 5.
Yep.
Grand total 5.
Okay.
5. Have I mentioned that I have yet to roll a religion check higher than 10?
Yeah, I know.
I have not rolled a double-digit religion check.
No.
And I'm a religious type of character. Damn it.
I know. That's bad. Anyway.
But it's fit.
Anyway. Your prayer is had. I believe everybody else, you are just going to bed and waking up. Is that is there anything else
Is there a
to do, Thea?
Is there a temple of Ethrios in Ekros?
It's about just as small as Nadia, but there is one.
I would have split off from the group when we left the temple of Nylea.
Okay.
Kind of just dazed looking, and I'm heading to that temple.
Alright. As you kind of come in, you can see this kind of younger man. It's a little change of pace compared to the one in Militus, where it was the older woman. You see a younger man, probably maybe just only 5 years older than Leopold, is kind of up, and you see he's
Spring chicken.
literally like sprinkling. Looks like he's sprinkling something over a corpse that's laying on a table. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize people would be coming in tonight. Is there something I can help you with?
Mostly I need to pray, I think.
Of course. You're always
Do you know
welcome here.
anything? Yeah, I'll find a corner and just pray to Athreos and just try to ask if there's some way to know if a soul is lost and in need of help, and just slowly rock back and forth as I ask this question and pray.
Make a religion check. Wow.
I did one better than Cantor. 6.
Okay. You see,
Oh god.
We've had our fill of gods and deities for the day.
yeah,
So far, the
Yes,
only one.
we're done. We're done.
the young priest
So far-
looks over to you. Everything okay?
Been a long night. I can tell you if you want.
Sure, I think I was better to do. Sorry,
I'll
that,
kind of summarize.
that sounded really, really bad. I meant, I'm here if you need me. Sorry, I'm very new to this. I just finished my priesthood.
Well, sometimes an ear is all you need to be. And I'll summarize most of what happened. Saying that we encountered a person possessed by Xenagos, that we were able to help that person, but that focusing on the vision that I saw and seeing this ghost who's crying for help, because that's what's in my mind. Even though we were told not to believe it, there's just doubt there in my mind.
Have you seen this face before?
Yes. A few times.
There are stories that there are times that when a body cannot get its payment, that it does not make it over into the underworld, that its spirit does end up tied to this place.
Is there a way to find them? Help them?
Well, generally, whether it is a unfinished business, finding their remains. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of, and that would make sense. Finding the remains and giving it, its proper send-off. I'm sorry, I'm still very new. I finished up my priesthood at Militus, and well, I knew there wasn't one here in Akros. I figured I would open my own church here, and well, as you can see, it looks maybe the size of the front desk area of a doctor's office. It's about that big. It's not that big at all.
It's a start. Is there a... Good.
Yes. But that's all I can really give you.
It's appreciated all the same. Is there a trough of water like there was in the temple in Militus?
It is
The last...
not as big, and it's more like an actual like a tub instead of free flowing water that they made. It's kind of like a tub this time. I'm still working on installing water and everything like they do in Militus, but for now this is what I have.
Well, suppose we can try to encourage people to help it along its way. And I will take 5 gold coins and toss them in.
Okay.
Thank you for being an ear.
Of
It's
course.
appreciated.
Anything else? I'm usually up at this time. Usually we're closed during the day. That gives me time to sleep. Then of course I wake up around the afternoon and start whatever process I need to do for the day, and then I do most of my work at night when most of the time nobody comes in. So
A good plan. What is your name?
Boris.
Thank you, Boris. To leave you to your work. I'll head back to the inn we've been staying at.
Okay. With that, Arthas, was there anything you wanted to do for the evening, or are you?
So the page that Arthos read, that was about him getting initiated into the cult.
Mm-hmm.
There's no other pages inside the journal that talk about the cult.
Beforehand, there is, him, talking about his first meeting with them and how they had made all these promises to him, and everything. But besides that,
Does it say how he had his first meeting?
it says that they came to a performance of his, and that they were taken back by his performance, and that is where they kind of offered him a chance to get to know them and everything and talk with them.
Right. Okay. Arthos is just going to continue to study the journal as much as he can, piece any clues and stuff like that. Maybe give a little prayer to his own god to see if he can find any more answers.
Okay. If nothing else,
I'd also like to point out that Arthos is the only one who has successfully made contact with his god.
yeah, I know, that's funny. The
Shut up.
night comes to a close. You all get the benefits of a long rest.
Yee. Arthos' brain hurt.
Cantor. You wake up to the sounds of a commotion of some kind. You hear people are grabbing their stuff and they're getting ready and rushing, hurry! We all need to hurry up and go to the temple of Annihilate. something's happened there last night.
To where?
To the Temple of Nyxus, something happened.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Sorry about that. That kind of slipped out.
Hey, it's okay.
That's probably what my character would say, too.
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey, remember, PG-13. You can give at least one.
Well, I could say it once. That was my one.
Yeah. One per episode.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm still at the temple, right? Because that's where I stayed the night, pretty much. Right. So I'm going to quickly get up and try to get some information from people as I'm running out and following them to the other temple.
All right. What are you trying to learn?
What happened? They said something happened. What happened?
I don't know. Apparently, some young satyr hung himself in there.
Oh, shit.
Pinto.
Great. All right. Well.
Goddamn cult got to him.
All right. So, yeah, we'll get there, and I'm going to ask if they can maybe send somebody to the inn for grabbing my.
I'm assuming we would also
party.
hear the commotion.
Oh yeah, I mean it's going on at the tavern too. Like people are waking up like,
Oh,
something's-
okay.
something's
So you guys
happening at the Temple of
So we
Nyxus.
would have gotten the same information if we asked around.
Oh yeah.
You guys probably heard it.
So we're all meeting up at the temple.
Oh, no.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As you see currently standing at the front of the Temple of Nylia, you see that there are some Crowan soldiers. They are like trying to like keep people back. You see Diomocles has his hand full. Like, it's all right, everyone. We have this completely under control. You see,
Damocles!
What do you want?
We have suspicion that our friend was the one that was hung last night.
Why is
And
it
we brought him here.
every time something bad happens, you five are in the
Look,
middle of it?
let me. I can tell you mentally what we found, so that we don't have to say this out loud
No, it's all right.
to scare people.
It's all right. Come in.
It's easier to share what I know mentally to you, and I telepathically give him all the information that we've had so far.
Yeah.
Like, I show him exactly the face of Xanagos when I read the guy's mind.
You see, as he kind of takes you in to the temple, and you see Cicero's kind of sitting in a chair, kind of just bewildered. You see in the middle of the room where Pollux was, you see his body just hanging there. By a...
Where's the shard?
Well, I'm going to go over to Cicero and kind of like sit and kind of like, I'm assuming he's kind of like there, like meditating, praying, lost, confused type of thing.
Did he get hit? Did he get
And I'm
hurt?
going
or
to be,
anything?
and I'm
You
going to be,
see,
I'm just gonna-
Cicero looks like a lot of his feathers were missing.
They attacked last night.
Oh, no.
Cult of horns.
Yeah, I'm going over to him and kind of like put my hand on him and like friend, and we can sit and kind of like pray, meditate together.
Where's the jar?
It's gone.
If Pinto is dead, the jar is possibly is gone. The cult came here last night.
I was able to kill 3 of them. There was too many of them.
Did they get it?
I don't know. I've looked and looked and looked, but I can't find it.
Damn it, we were so close.
We should have kept it ourselves.
I'm sorry, I tried.
Then we would have been attacked.
Yeah.
Yes, but 5 together is better than 1 alone.
Should have.
Mr. Rowe, you did the best you could.
Need to get his
Didn't
body
you?
down.
Damocles, if you would. You see Damocles goes in, takes a dagger, and kind of just cuts the rope down, and kind of carries Pollux' body and kind of just lays it on the floor.
I had a bad feeling about this. bad feeling. Of course they would attack the temple. No matter, it's not a safe place.
I'm going to cast Gentle Repose on Pollux.
Okay.
We could speak to his dead corpse. We could probably get information.
I can't do that. I can at least keep him from rising again for a while.
Is that really fair to him? Maybe at this point, with everything he's gone through, maybe he should go to, rest in Nyx.
Well, the spell speak
this
with
means
dead.
that he can't be risen from the dead.
Well, that's true. He can't be risen back from the dead.
Right.
That's true.
Does any of the priests here know speak with dead?
I did not get it prepared, but I know Boris at Theros, he always has it ready just in case.
What about one of my guys from Helio?
They all shake their heads. They're like, we don't usually typically have that one ready.
Wait, Thea, your temple.
Thought I'd ask.
Yes, I can go and get Boris. I'm sure he'll come.
Right, we need to get information. Questions need to be answered. And if Paula can give us those answers even in the afterlife, then that would be great.
I will head back to the Temple of Atherios.
Okay. You see, it is currently locked.
I will knock very loudly.
Alright. Hold on. I'm coming.
There's been a murder.
You kind of just hear, because he did tell you, like, this is when he sleeps. So
I know.
He kind of just opens the
Urgent.
door. He looks at you like, oh, it's you.
Boris, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
We have trouble at the Temple of Nylea. Someone was murdered.
Okay.
Do you know how to speak with dead? To ask them questions?
Yeah. Let me put my robe on. Let me put something on. Oh.
Yes, please.
All right.
Just imagine he just came out in his underpants.
Yeah.
Probably.
He's been asleep maybe an hour. So he's like
He's
saying nothing but a smile.
He's got a nightcap on. He's got those little candle holders. He's like shooing to the door.
You see, he kind of like there's bags under his eyes as he kind of comes out and locks the door. It's like, we're Temple of Nadia, right? Yeah, that one.
Yes.
That one.
He's
I will help.
He's super dazed.
You need today.
Yeah, no, it's good. All right, let's go. I got everything I need. All right, let's go. And he kind of starts leading his way there, and he's like talking to himself, like.
I'm asking Democles. I asked Democles, like, when was the body reported?
The body was reported about 2 hours ago.
2 hours. Damn, they work fast.
We try to, at least. I've been spending most of the time keeping everyone out.
This is Have there been any have you guys been having any trouble with the Cult of Horns?
This is the first time I've known anything about them in Akros.
Right, so they haven't been causing any mischief.
No.
Did you share him the visions?
I showed him everything that I saw.
Okay,
that we
so
saw.
he saw everything.
He's up to speed with what happened.
So yeah, I basically when he said that he wasn't aware of anything going on, it's like, well, you had a god wandering around your, wandering
there could
around.
be
the city.
multiple.
So they're pretty ingrained here, and we all probably need to have a more watchful eye for what's going on with them.
And there's probably multiples of this of Xanagos walking around. If there's sticking shards.
Yeah, it's like who are some of your informers that you
could be.
I don't like working with him, but I do talk to Nyxus from time to time.
I was going to say.
No, Nyxus is clean. I don't think he's working with the Cult of Horns.
No, I don't think so either. Nyxus
He does business with it.
is shady.
Nyxus is the one. Nyxus is the one that's behind the red curtain, right?
Yes, Nyxus is very shady, but he typically has a reason for everything he does.
So he might not be part of them, but he might.
But he does business
for
with
them.
them.
Oh yeah, it's one of those like, hey, as long as it's making me money,
Right.
kind of things.
How can we get him to maybe let us? Well, he probably won't.
If
Money.
the Cult of Horns moves around too, so we can't really pinpoint an exact safe house.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, now they originate in the Skull of Vale, but I mean,
Skull of Vale.
yeah, it's several weeks from here. It's maybe 5 days from Satessa.
Right. Okay. But we need to figure out what the Akros branch is up to.
Yes, agreed. As you all get to the tip of Nylia, you see Boris kind of comes in. It's like, oh, there's a fresh dead body. Okay.
Yes. Do your magic. We
I
need
not
some
mention that?
answers.
No, you did. Okay.
He was murdered by the Cult of Horns, and we need answers.
Alright. Now, just so y'all know, you only get 5 questions. After 5 questions, that's it. Right?
Alright, I think a group huddle is in order to figure out what questions we need to answer. I think the most important one is who killed him.
They probably wore masks.
Right.
Before we even go down there.
Right.
Let's assume that's going to be the answer.
Perhaps we could ask if he saw if they took the bottle with a shard in it.
That's a good
Or
question.
another question would be if he saw any one of them that had something in their neck.
I will go ahead and post this in the chat for you guys. That way you guys know basically what the limits of the spell are.
Okay, the corpse knows only what it knew in life. It could have saw something while the life was leaving his eyes. He could have saw one of their necks. One of them could have been.
Any discernible features of any of his assailants?
Right. That's a question we should probably figure out.
That's
It could have been
question. Did he see if the shard was taken?
Mm-hmm.
Is another good question to ask. I mean, most likely he didn't, but why not?
He could have.
Then we'd know for sure.
That's
We're
2
pretty sure,
questions.
That's 2 questions out of 5.
Do we need to ask 5?
I mean,
We can ask up to 5.
Yeah, you can ask up to 5.
I'm just
What
trying
other
to
questions do we need answers to? We know it's the Cult of Horns. We need to ask if he saw any discernible features. It could have been Xanagos himself that killed him.
Maybe we could ask what language his journal's written in.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If he knows, recognizes it.
He
If he
might.
knows. Yep.
All right, 3 questions.
Oh, I have something that's right at the tip of my tongue, and I can't.
Does he know any members? Still?
We asked him that already.
Yeah, we asked him that when he was alive, but things might be different now that he's dead.
Well, he has to answer
I
truthfully.
don't think so. The corpse only knows what it knew in life.
Yep.
Right, he would know a name. He could know a name.
Yeah, and the
He
corpse
was
is
just
under
probably
no
keeping the
compulsion.
names from us.
So yeah, and he's under no
Simple.
compulsion to offer a truthful answer.
Right. But he, after we exiled Xanagos from his head, I think he trusts us.
You like to think.
If we could get a name of someone, then we can have a
I
pretty
know.
decent lead.
Is there any? Does he have any last
Besides-
requests Is there any like last request that he has? You know, like like
You could
say
also have some
goodbye
known
to somebody or
associates.
I like
something
that
like
one.
that. And probably I would also say maybe for a fifth question, is there anything? Does he have anything? Anything else that can maybe help with hunting down his killers? Does he have
Like,
any?
and like any known associates that
Does
are
he?
outside the
Does
theater?
he have? Well, I'm thinking more of like, does he have anything like notes, references, anything, either on his person or back at his residence that we should get?
We definitely should search his place.
But we can ask him.
I took detect spells today, so I can search properly.
There we go.
Xanagos could have left something behind.
Very much.
Would it be helpful to ask him where he was when the shard was placed? He might not know who did it, but he might know where he was.
That's a
That'd
good
be
question.
That's a really good question.
If we can figure out the building he was in, we could go investigate the building.
Or even the town or direction.
It was probably here in Akros. That's a thing. We just need to know what specific street.
Or building or
That'd
something.
be helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anything.
Obviously, they're not going to do it just out in the open on the street.
Oh no.
All right, who wants a shard in their who wants a shard in their neck? Who wants a shard? You want a shard? You want a shard? All right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, beat me by about 5 seconds.
Oh, free shards?
Everybody look underneath of your seats. You get a,
You
free
get a
shard
shard.
for just showing up to my talk show today.
You become a host for Xanagos. You become a host.
Oh boy.
Anyway, who wants to ask the question? The first question.
Well, do we have the 5 questions? We probably want to have these written down.
That is 5 questions. We came up with 5 questions.
Do we
where
have
he
one
was
down?
when he
Do
got
we know what
embedded.
we're asking?
Where he was when he got the shard embedded. Any discernible details of his assailants. Did they take the shard? What was the 4th one?
Did he want to say anything to anybody?
Right. Any final requests? And then the 5th one
Does he
was
have
about his
anything-
house. Yeah.
Well, does he have anything that can help us,
Any discernible
avenge him,
things.
essentially?
I think if we should leave that question open, because if we narrow it to the house, that might be.
Or
really
if there's
helpful.
if there's anything he has that can help us.
We decided we didn't want the language question journal.
Do we want that?
That's
Still-
a good question.
But that leaves us with 6 questions,
Mhm.
and we'll have to get rid of one.
I'd almost rather know the language.
I think the language. I think we should drop the.
and
Does he
if
have
there's
anything?
else? Because we
I-
can search
yeah.
his house.
Yeah. Fair enough. I'm good with that.
So, does he know the language of his journal entries? All right. Who wants to ask the first question?
You guys go for it.
All right. So
All right,
I'm gonna be over here praying with our
I'll
feathery
ask
friend.
the first. I guess Arthos would ask the first question of: did he get any discerning
you have
details?
So you got all your questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first question Arthos would ask is: did you see any discernible details of your assailants?
He's haven't performed the spell yet.
Oh, right.
All right.
Do your thing, I guess. I don't know how clerical magic works.
Well, this spell in particular, it's a little disturbing at first, but just don't freak out.
I've seen dead bodies before.
You see, he goes ahead and looks like he takes some ashes that he has, puts them in his mouth, starts to chew on them. And you see, he kind of like spits it out, and it almost like makes like a breath, and it washes over Pollux. You see Pollux just.
All right, first question then. I guess the first question would be: the discerning details of his assailants.
They wore masks with antlers on their heads.
Right. Thea, would you like to ask the next question?
Sure. You remember where you were when the shard was placed in your neck?
Ketchiton Mountains.
What was that?
Mount.
The Ketchiton Mountains.
It's
The mountain.
It is the mountain.
Is that where the
range-
dragon is?
It's the mountain range that actually overlooks Akros. So if I bring you guys onto the world map,
I'm assuming that's also where the dragon is.
Akros is here. No, we don't want to enable fog of war.
Enable fog of war on the world map.
Akros is here. The mountain
Yep.
range is here.
No, that's not where the dragon is.
The dragon is here.
Right.
Oh, that's a range.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, it gives us the direction.
2 birds, 1 stone. Yeah, that's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
But
You know, it's not the direction of the dragon.
so he got the shard in his head in the mountains. Okay. Next question would be: does he recognize the language in the book in his journal? Vessel?
Abyssal, he said.
Yep.
Oh, abyssal.
Abyssal.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. I thought I heard vessel. What was the next question? That's 3 questions.
Go ahead, Arthos. I'll take the last one. I'll take the last request question.
What's the 4th one?
Did you see if anyone took the shard?
Did you see them take the shard?
Yes.
Well, that's not good.
Ew, poop. Do you have any last requests that we could fulfill for you?
Tell Daphne that she is in charge now. Watches his eyes kind of close, and you see the ashes that were breathed on him kind of breathe back out, and kind of cover Boris as Fox's body goes limp.
All right, so
That's interesting.
the mountain range is where he got poked with the shard.
Yep, this
Yes.
entire mountain range.
Yeah.
That leaves a lot of ground to cover.
Yep. And we
Should we-
know it's not in Melitus.
That's a good thing, at least. It's close to Arkros.
Heard of it anyway.
Maybe we should stop there first and then go see the dragon. Well, we should get some affairs in order first. Should we check his house first and then go see where he was stabbed? Or where he was jabbed, I mean.
Or do we want to go up and talk to this dragon still?
On our way down, we could.
I'm just
Each
thinking
other.
it's like going into this whole entire cult. At this moment, we probably want to make sure we have a little bit more firepower.
We could get the dragon to help us.
The dragon might have some other things to assist us. We
We
might
could
have to
also have a
it
shard.
might have to be like help me help you type of a thing, but because dragons tend to don't just offer themselves.
I mean, the cult and the dragon might have crossed paths at some point, if they're so spread out. There's no way they can avoid the massive red dragon that lives in the mountains.
True.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do? Deal with the dragon?
I'm
I
thinking.
think-
I don't know.
If we should do any searching we want to of Pollux's house today. I
And
did promise
then-
Boris that I would help him today as well, since he didn't get as much sleep as he intended. And tonight
Right.
we should make a plan because we have several threads that we are now trying to follow. We should figure out
For
where
yeah.
we're following what and when and how and this is so confusing.
Before Boris leaves, I pat him on the shoulder and I say thank you. You've been a great help, and I give him 10 gold pieces for his time.
Oh.
One more thing I think we should probably ask Boris, the clergy here. What's the guy here again?
Is Cicero.
Cicero. And also my people from Helio, since they're here too. Does any of these guys speak Abyssal? Or have any cross-reference?
Boris kind of
Like a know thine enemy type of a thing?
Boris raises his hand.
Right.
Or Boris?
I'm sorry to have to ask this again, Boris. I give him I show him the writing in the journal.
All right.
The fate of the world does
It
depend on
doesn't
all
have
this.
to be done immediately. Get some sleep.
I'll take care of it.
I just hand him the journal.
Rest of your day.
Right. Have a good
some
night. Or
When can
day.
I come and assist you today?
Sounds great. Oh look, dust fairies. As he kind of like walks outside and
He's not even paying attention at this point.
he's tired.
No, he's not.
Let him get some sleep.
Does he even know I gave him the
Oh.
10 gold?
And he kind of just put it in his pocket and he kind of just walked off. He's like,
He's just
He'll
like,
find it in his
oh,
pocket later. Oh, hey, 5 gold.
How long
10,
did he come from?
10 gold. I gave him 10 gold for his troubles.
Yeah, 10 gold.
Yeah.
He's like, wait a minute, how did this happen?
dude's tired.
He's gonna wake up in like the night like, the hell? How did I get 10 gold? And where did this journal come
If we're
from?
going to search this house, let's go do that so I can maybe get to him in the evening and help in some way.
Right. Take a day, do what we need to do, and then the next day we can head over and speak to the dragon.
Yes. I think that might be a good call.
Yes.
All right.
Get the.
Uh.
We're back at his house.
Okay. So you're back at his house. Okay. That's what I need
Uh,
to know.
What happened to Pollux' body? What was going to happen to it? Did we figure that out?
I'm assuming it's gonna go back to the
So basically,
to the temple.
It's gonna. Damocles is getting it escorted. Once he clears out the mob outside the temple, it's gonna take it to the temple of Athreos to get it prepared.
What did we get ourselves into?
I will encounter that later. Okay.
That's what happens when you start playing with the gods.
Unfortunately.
You know, I just wanted to become a simple adventurer like my parents. They've never had to deal with gods.
Luck
I
of the
mean,
draw, friend.
I mean, it's going to be one hell of a story when I return, but
Hey,
this is insane.
hey, if this actually lets my god finally acknowledge that I exist, then and I can actually be beneficial to him. But the funny thing is that actually falls directly in line with my character. He was never, because of his disability, he was never considered to be a monk or a paladin or a cleric because he had this disability. They wouldn't make him be an official any of those.
Yeah.
So he's always been kind of shunned. I mean, he's known to be, you know, a follower of Heliod, and he was raised by the clergy. But, it's like he's never been one of them.
All right, Thea, do you mind
Kind of
detecting magic?
Yep. I will
You guys,
cast.
so you
I'll-
guys are at the front door. Are you guys gonna open the door?
Yeah.
I would like to go inside to the center of the room.
Into the center of the room.
So, I'm going to slowly open the door to make sure that there's nothing in there.
You guys open the door. Standing in the middle of the room, you find Mystico looking around.
Who?
Oh, isn't that heavily armored dude?
It is the heavily armored paladin from your guys' caravan.
Oh, hi, Stico.
Uh,
What are you doing here?
renovating.
This is your place?
No.
Well, our friend Pollock lived here, and he was possessed. It's a long story.
You were friends with the satyr that hung himself.
Well, yes, he was killed, murdered, actually, by the cult of horns. I'm sure you've heard of them.
No, yes, I have crossed paths with them once or twice.
Right, we're just looking for some evidence. He was possessed for a little bit, and we just wanted to figure out if there was any magical eminence from his place.
Well,
Any clues?
it just so happens that this wall right here. And he goes ahead and pushes open a little board, and you just watch as a fake wall opens up more of the house.
Oh, the plot thickens.
I guess while we're here.
Right. Shall we?
So what
But
was his response for when we asked what he was doing here?
He said renovating.
Renovating.
Renovate. So what are you really
He just
doing
opened up a
here?
wall, so he didn't technically lie.
What are you really doing here, Matiko? You can't really expect us to believe you're really renovating the place.
Well, can't we do
I'm looking into this situation. Damocles is an old friend of mine. Told me a little bit about what happened.
So he sent you over here to investigate when we were already going to investigate. Seems a little redundant.
Well, needless to say, I knew about it before you did.
You knew about him
That's
being
right.
possessed before we did?
No, I knew about the death before you did.
Right, that is completely fair. I guess 7 heads are better than 6.
Yes.
Yes.
Always.
'Cause he kind of steps
So let's go.
steps
Yeah, let's
through.
go investigate.
Can I do an insight on him to see if he's really fully telling the truth?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an insight check. It's going to be a little difficult because you can't really see his face, but I'll say you can make the check because you are listening to his voice pretty well.
Yeah,
10.
I got a 10,
10.
so probably not.
It's kind of hard to tell at the current time.
Yeah.
Being kind of honest with you or not.
It just seems awfully awkward, I find, that he's...
There is a set of
Oh,
stairs right here, Arthos, behind him. Then there's a hallway down this way.
you check the hallway, we'll check the stairs.
Sounds good. He goes ahead and
Nice.
starts heading down here.
Perhaps no one should be alone.
Alright.
I was gonna be like right
and
here.
Salim will go with him.
Yeah, I'm going up the stairs.
I will go with Arthos.
Okay.
The 3 of us are going up the stairs with Leopold behind us, I'm assuming.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright, y'all all come to this room. This looks to be like a bedroom. Looks like it has not really been slept in some time. You see that there is some cobwebs that are kind of starting to like feel over on the windows here and here. And the bed looks like the bed is made, but you can see dust starting to like fill the top over it, where like looks like it hasn't been used. On the walls, you see depictions of people wearing satyr horns. They look like little stick figures with satyr horns all over the walls. Then you look above you at the ceiling, a large depiction of a satyr's head with horns.
That's not disturbing at all.
No, this is the plot thickens even more.
Well, I will
Time to
carefully
investigate.
go to the center of the room and cast Detect Magic.
Detect magic. Thea, the satyr's head that is above the ceiling. At one point, it was used as a teleportation circle, but it is no longer active.
This is a hideout.
I will share that information.
This is one of the many hideouts that they might have used.
Yes.
I'm assuming when
I know if there's a way to activate it or to figure out where it went.
You can make an Arcana check. Let's try.
I will assist you. I will assist you with that.
Cool.
Okay.
A roll with advantage?
Yep.
Yeah, I am giving you the help action.
Jaded. You might need it. That was a 5. I rolled 2 5s, so 7
Oh my
total.
God.
The sigils are kind of worn out, so it's kind of hard to really like see where it once went to.
Grace, this is fantastic.
Termites are eating everything. Oh well.
But this is definitely, from what we can tell, this is definitely like one of the HQs for.
At some point, maybe.
I guess when Pollock decided to not be a part of them anymore, he abandoned this place. Do you recognize anything? Other than the goat people?
No. Nothing else is glowing at me. Not here, anyway.
Nothing of note. Is there any other doors or in the room or this upper floor?
Oh, on this upper floor, no. There's not much
No.
else to this upper floor. This was. You could probably guess this may have been Pollock's bedroom.
I go up to the paintings and see if I can find any secret mechanical things that could open up like another room.
You start to feel around. There doesn't seem to be anything.
All right. Well, I think we should join up with the others then.
Agreed.
You might want to come in here and look at this.
You coming down?
You see, he kind of is standing in here. Right here against this wall is looks like a skeleton. It looks like there have been satyr antlers pricked into its head, and the skeleton still looks like it has some flesh on it.
Oh, these sick motherfuckers. Sick in the head. Is there anything on its person?
You can make a investigation check.
I'm on big money. Now one.
Just seems to be a pile of bones.
So, well, I tried it.
Yeah, and antlers. There's not much you can see. You see Mystico just kind of look around and kind of...
Yeah, what about your specialized?
Checking it out himself.
What about your specialized, Theo? Do you get anything with your detect? Did you
magic or detect evil?
Did you detect magic up in near where the?
I did. How long does that last?
10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's still up.
It would still be up.
It is. There is a little bit of a magical aura coming from the skeleton. It does have some sort of divination magic on it.
That's not a good sign.
Magic.
It's just a pile of bones. It's not hanging off of anything.
It looks like it's got like on this like wooden rack of some kind, and it's kind of just like hanging there. Kind of like the skeleton in like your biology class.
Oh, it's like, oh, okay. I grab its head.
Yeah. Are you gonna grab its head?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Can I help you with something?
What? Jesus, are you alive?
Hey! Don't drop me, asshole!
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're alive?
Kind of, sort of.
Who are you?
I actually really don't have a name, but you can call me Bones if you want.
Okay, Bones. What were you used for?
The people with the black cloaks and the fake antlers. They 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 used me to talk to something.
You were a conduit for Zaragos.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know who that is.
He's a god.
What's a god?
Not a nice one.
Yeah, not he's a. Well, the god. Do you know? I'm assuming. How much do you know about the world right now?
I've been alive for about 5 days.
5 days, so you're fresh.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So the god. Quick explanation is the gods are the people that make things work in this world. And Xanagos was an evil god that the other gods smited.
Okay.
And the men in black robes are not nice people, and they want to bring him back.
Okay.
It seems they were using you to get messages across to their god from whatever landscape he was in.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not really.
Does this make any sense to you?
No, not really. But I mean, guess it would explain. You see, you gotta like look down. You see, there's like blood stains like around where he's at.
5 days. You've been alive for 5 days now?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Do you
I
remember?
point him at his
When
own
was
body.
the
Like,
last-
do you
When
know?
was the last time you talked to somebody?
Like, I point him at his own body. Well, do you know who you were?
No idea. There was a guy that lived here. Pollux.
Yeah, Pete Pollux. Yeah, Pollux. We knew the guy. He's no longer with us, unfortunately.
Oh.
He died.
Oh.
You know at least the concept of death.
He sort of explained it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. How would you like to take a ride on my staff? You're going to be useful for something.
Wait, a ride on your staff?
I tie him to my staff. Like, all right, we got a talking head now.
Hey, so what? You're just gonna like leave the rest of my body there?
Well, what do you want me to do with it?
I don't know. You see, Mystico's just like, this is way too much for me.
Look, until we figure out more of what's going on, you're going to help us identify things in this very area. Because I'm assuming that you've seen more than you're letting on.
Oh well, I mean, yeah. I mean, when I wasn't being used, I was allowed to walk around.
Okay.
Wait. You can walk?
I mean, when I'm not tied up to a freaking post, yeah.
All right, hang on.
Theros,
I
put your
untie
foot
him.
back on.
Yeah, I untie him and put him back on his body, and untie the post from his body from the post.
He stretches. You can hear the bones crack when he does that.
All right, you're gonna. So, the men in robes, they had masks. I'm assuming with antlers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Gotcha. How frequently did they show up?
Once about at least what I understand, maybe once every 3 days or so.
How long has it been since they've seen you?
He should be coming back tonight.
Tonight?
Oh dear.
I have an idea. I don't think most of you are going to like it.
Stay the night here.
Yes.
I'm game.
We ambush. We set up an ambush. You're not going to tell them anything, Mr. Skeleton Man.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, during the thing, that I don't have any conscience when I do what I
Right.
do. But, okay. Sure.
Okay. Hiding. Do you know any hiding spots that we can use?
I have a feeling probably the bedroom. You said that was all covered in spider webs and everything, right?
So no one uses the bedroom?
No, as far as I know, Pollux was the only one that used it.
Tonight. They're coming here tonight. What? Do we know what time of day? Is it? It's early in the morning, I'm assuming still.
Yeah.
Do we really want to stay here for hours waiting for them?
I mean, I got nothing better to do.
Does anybody here know how to maybe set up some traps and such?
I do.
All right, we can set
I
up some
have-
traps.
I have some stuff that might be able to assist you as well.
Well, I guess if we're doing this, I should probably take this off and introduce myself.
We're ambushing the cult.
You see, he goes ahead and, Mystica grabs his helmet. You see, he takes the faceplate off first, kind of unattaches it. You hear like a hissing sound, like a kind of.
Oh, God, he's a Spartan warrior.
Kind of like lifts it off his head. The face reveals a young minotaur male. No horns. You blink for a moment, and you swear you've seen his face before. Perhaps
Young Minotaur male.
younger. A younger visage of a once broken king.
Did you
And
hang
that
on a
is
second?
where we're going to go ahead and stop and end for the
No.
evening.
Ah,
Thank you guys so much for stopping by and enjoying this interesting session with us. Don't want to get too far ahead of where Bezic and Celine are going to miss. But when they come back, you guys are going to level up. So,
Oh,
go ahead and start working on all that wonderful good stuff for your level ups. Goodbye, my friends. We hope you enjoyed the show. I wish we could continue, but it's time for us to go. We appreciate the memories made, never to be forgotten. There'll be more to be made next time at the Bardic Cauldron.